use AI and use machines, use technology, but know how to make it do your bidding and not let it do the bidding for you.
Yes.
Okay, so what is digital wellness? My mom here has been named the woman to watch in wellness, and I truly look up to her in so much of my wellness journey. I mean, that's why she looks half her age. So, Mom, can you please start, and then I'll chime in with how it all relates to the digital element. But to you, why is wellness so important today, and what does wellness even mean to you?
Wellness is, I would say, just one of my highest values. It's about, to me, the second price of the prize. So everything has two prices. So we're given this beautiful gift of life, and then we have an obligation, a price to pay to take care of this gift of life. And wellness is how we give back in a way. We're given this beautiful gift of life, these bodies, our hearts, our souls, our minds, and wellness is how we take care of that. And it's a debt. It's a debt we owe. It's a debt of gratitude, a debt of love, to love ourselves, to invest in ourselves, and to pay the price of taking care of the gift. So our bodies require a lot more care than we're naturally inclined to give them, and we live in a world where there's an impediment and a temptation in every direction. It's just so tempting to not do the right things on our own behalf, and so it's almost an uphill battle that we have to be willing to take on if we are to fight for our health and fight for our wellness and fight for our thriving and fight for our optimization. And I happen to be of the belief that that's worth it. It's worth it to be disciplined on our own behalf, to be temperate, to be self-loving on the harder side.
So what are some ways that people can pay that second price?
To me, the first and foremost price that I feel we are wise to be willing to pay is meditation, because that hits all the boxes. That hits mind, body, heart, and soul. That's like mental health, physical health, emotional health, and spiritual health all in one. So meditating, I know that word can sound lofty. On one hand, meditation isn't some obscure thing anymore like it was when I was younger, but we're wise to meditate, to commit to daily stillness. It comes back to our idea here in the Imaginarium of boredom is what gives rise to imagining.
Completely.
Stillness is what gives rise to vision and unexpected answers and unexpected inquiries. And
you've definitely raised me to study meditation at a young age. I've had a strong meditation practice since I was 16 years old, when I got initiated into Vedic meditation through the one and only Light Walk-ins. And I really think that this has been my superpower for the, over a decade that has followed, because my meditation practice, and it also might sound lofty, but at this point it's kind of as simple as brushing my teeth. It's just gonna happen at some point, usually in the morning. And I really think this moment of stillness, it has kept me grounded, kept me centered, whether I'm traveling the world to speak, whether I'm working on a creative technology project, whether I'm doing so many crazy things, talking to humanoid robots or something. I'm connected to this place within myself where I'm able to access inner peace.
Yeah.
Not that I'm peaceful all the time, but when I am stressed or when I am going through something, I know that I always have that place to go to, that I'm able to meditate, and answers are waiting for me there. And I honestly, at some point, it became not a chore at all, or not even something to remember. It just became something I genuinely wanted to do because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel connected to love, and it's like basking in the sun or something, except you're basking in your inner peace and expanse.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Meditation is wonderful, and you don't have to see it as some esoteric or lofty thing. You can just see it as sitting or being or stillness. And, it can be kind of relaxed and laid back. It doesn't have to be, again, it doesn't have to be lofty. I'd say my top three, if I had to only pick three, would be meditation, movement, and food. I'm very conscious of my diet, and I'm not a purist. I'm not at anything. There's not anything you can't lock me in a food cult of I never eat this, I'm keto that, I'm paleo that, I'm vegan this. No,
You're plant-based maybe.
I'm plant-based. I'm very health conscious. I'm very whole foods based. My default is genuinely healthy, thoughtful, mindful, and disciplined so that I can have my fun. And then of course, it's been interesting because, I'm in my late 50s now, and so yeah, my body's changed a lot, and I'm sort of finding my way with the physical and movement, and I do yoga most days, most every day. I do a hot yoga practice, and that's been really serving me well. And
Absolutely.
And the heat, the daily heat, because I go to a infrared hot yoga studio, so it's a really nice, healthy sauna experience for the hour that I'm there, and I go most every day. So that's been really profound. And I do journaling and walk a lot. We're both bi-coastal, so I do a lot of walking, both in New York City when I'm there, and in LA. I live not too far from the beach, so I will walk along the ocean as often as I possibly can. And journaling, writing, reflective writing, and personal development work, and beautiful beeswax candles and essential oils. The list goes on, but my top three are food and movement and meditation for sure. Yeah, what about you, Anatola?
Well, for me, I stay doing movement through my acrobatics practice. I was a competitive gymnast for 7 years as a kid, so I really value movement to the extreme. I always say that if I wasn't a futurist, I would be a Cirque du Soleil performer. I love doing aerial, silks, lyra. I've done pole, acro yoga, and I also have a yoga practice too that I maintain. I love the sensation of learning a new trick or a new skill, and then I get that feeling like, oh, I've unlocked a new level. So it's very rewarding, and I also feel myself getting stronger. I'm usually sore the next day because I know my muscles are growing.
Nice. So can you tell us a little more about how this wellness, this commitment to wellness and radiance and, let's say, magnetism and thriving, all of which is tied to wellness, just health, robust health, and how much control we actually do have over it, to more of a degree than we realize. Where does digital wellness come into the picture?
Yes, so what is digital wellness, and how does the world of digital and the world of wellness overlap? Well, let me explain. If the world of digital and the world of wellness were to come together into a Venn diagram, how would they overlap? So the internet, as we see it today, could be equated to junk food, just like how so much of the food that we come across, whether in the drive-through or at
the standard American diet,
exactly.
The sad diet.
And so similarly, our standard digital diet is just as unhealthy for us. In fact, in her book Algorithms of Oppression, Sophia Noble mentions that she calls Google the McDonald's of the internet. Yet that's where most of us go to get our information, when in fact the most nutritious information is usually behind paywalls and in those Google Scholar articles that you have to log into an institution to read. And in the age of AI, this is even worse. We have so much misinformation. We have digital clones on our social media that we really can't tell what's real and what's not. And not only is this an unhealthy information diet, but it is also such a cognitive overload, because it takes so much energy for our minds to make decisions and decode reality. And here we are, we don't know what's real and what's pretend. We don't really know what media outlets to trust and what to lean into and what to not believe. And it's difficult, and it creates this cognitive overload. And this is an issue because my studies around imagination have shown that imagination is activated in moments of quiet, when the mind is able to have a moment of rest, when the default mode network is activated, when you are meditating, when you're going through a walk, in moments of boredom. That's the most powerful time when your idea and connection to self happens. But today, every moment of boredom we come across, we fill it with just one quick TikTok scroll or just one quick Gmail check. And trust me, I have been there too. And we do this, and it's actually robbing us of the privilege to imagine. And so that's why we're creating the Imaginarium, to cultivate that safe space where you can be silent in a structure. And in those moments of silence, you're able to realize, oh wow, this is that thing that I forgot. This was me. You're able to connect with yourself and the true leader that you are. And so it's really that. Digital wellness is about how we relate to our digital landscape and ecosystem, this digital world we live in. Digital wellness is how we relate to AI, how we relate to the information we're being inundated with every day, in order to maintain the faculty of our full expanse of our imagination, in order to enhance our well-being, which is ultimately our energy and how we show up in the world. Because when we are able to unlock that, we're able to show up at our full capacity, to be the full leaders that we are, to show up fully for our community, our loved ones, the movements, projects we're bringing to life. We're able to operate at our best level, which is what we deserve. So we're taking the wellness approach, looking at it through a digital lens, because that's the age that we live in.
Beautiful. Love that.
So I'm really passionate about this because I see how vital wellness is to our youth, and I see how our rapidly accelerating age of technology is causing a lot of mental confusion, anxiety, worry. And so I'm so excited to be partnering with a true wellness warrior to bring you frameworks, tools, skill sets, and knowledge to have this shield, this armor, this membrane of protection to be well and use AI and use machines, use technology, but know how to make it do your bidding and not let it do the bidding for you.
Yes. Well put.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay!